This past year has been a really good year, I think, for our band and for the record that we made. It really was an accomplishment to finish something that was really different for us and kind of new musical territory. But then to be able to take it out on stage and do it live almost brought another piece of the puzzle to the music. I think it could expand on stage and in the different arenas and venues that we got to play it in. It was a really good year in terms of being able to do different musical things.
It seems like with this record, it maybe was the other way around, like things we had been experimenting with live, like improvisation, loosening up sort of our format, trying different song structures. I think those things started on stage, and we took those ideas into the studio and tried to commit those to tape, which is actually harder than it seems. I mean, that's why a lot of people don't do it. So we had this sort of, for us, it was ambitious to, have segments of improvisation that lasted 5 minutes or something like that. But I think it started mostly on stage, and then we took it to the studio, and then we kind of retranslated it into our live show, kind of for the second time. And it was very, very rewarding and sort of freeing to be able to just kind of make things up on the spot.
We were very unsure after finishing the record how it was going to be perceived by both our fans and the critics. And we really had no expectations. We did it for ourselves. We felt like we needed to move forward and step outside ourselves and just make a change so that we could still enjoy the process of writing and performing. So to have then people actually enjoy it and get it was just sort of the icing on the cake. But we felt like we had nothing to lose. It was our 7th album, and if it failed in the public, we felt like we had succeeded at reigniting the desire to play music for ourselves. So we felt lucky that people seemed to understand what we're trying to do. For people that are just discovering Sleater-Kinney with this record and are unfamiliar with our previous work, to me, it's somewhat of a relief that they're not taking into consideration everything we've done, and they don't have expectations. Oh, I wish they sounded like this. Why didn't they do an album that sounded like my favorite album? They just come into it brand new, and there's this enthusiasm, and I definitely noticed in the demographic and the makeup of the audience, the people that were just there for the new music, and they brought our other, audience members up, I thought. Suddenly people that just wanted to hear like this kind of heavy, raw music were raising their fists, and the other people were like, oh, okay, yeah, the new songs will raise our fists too. But it's intense to be around so long and have people, just thinking that they know exactly who you are and what you're capable of, and they, want you to live up to all those expectations of who they think you are. So to me, I thought it was freeing. Like they're with us in the present tense, and that's where we exist as a band.
I think the most important thing for people to get about Sleater-Kinney is that we're about the music. That we are really opinionated, strong-willed, 3 different people. But really, what we're working towards is this music that's really important to us. And that we try to always present that first and foremost. And to let that speak. Because sometimes that's the best way to communicate all these different things we have to say.